Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. As you can tell, my name is Jason and I will be introducing today's video. So I'm going to try and keep this a little bit shorter as I go through the usual spiel that most of you guys are fairly familiar with. Guys, if you have any strategies, anything you would like us to film, any suggestions, any ideas, questions, please email us at sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. We haven't gotten a strategy sent to us in a few weeks, so I love shooting these videos for you guys. Please send them to us. And of course, our usual shout out of appreciation to our patrons. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are enjoying the how to deal with the full dice, full craps instructional videos that we are putting out for you guys, the whole course. Putting them out 2 a week, so I hope you guys are enjoying them. If anybody's interested, just check the description down below. And otherwise, what I want to say is we have live streams. Live streams are coming very soon. The equipment is in the mail. It is on the way. So I don't want to take up too much time here. There is going to be a lot of information about the live stream, how to sign up, how to join us on our craps tournaments or anything else. Just check the end of the video. Even if you don't watch the full video, skip over to the end. At the end of the video, I'm going to have a discussion on a lot more detail on the live streams. I'm going to put that in the next couple weeks worth of videos. So please keep an eye, guys. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. So for today's video, I want to answer a fan question that was asked on the comments. Actually, I haven't gotten a lot of emails from people lately. And they had a couple of questions that they put in there, so I'll address them both. The first question that they asked was, what kind of strategies could they play on a $1,000 buy-in at a $25 minimum table, since that's what you tend to find on Center Strip and downtown? And I put that as a couple of answers. I'll show you a couple of strategies, but also remember that you're not locked into where you're at. It doesn't cost a whole lot to take an Uber or a cab, if you don't want to drive because you're drinking, to go out to some of the off-strip locations as well. Some of the off-strip locations you, of course, don't want to go anywhere near, but there are some fantastic off-strip resorts that are beautiful. They have all the amenities. They're a lot of fun. They've got big gambling pits, and they'll have lower limits. So don't pigeonhole yourself just because you can't walk to a $10 or $15 minimum bet table. Remember, they are out there. You can find them. But if you are absolutely die-hard set on playing on a $1,000 or $1,000 buy-in on a $25 table, the first question you have to ask yourself is, how many shooters do you want to be able to see? They generally say you want to see, most people will say you want to see 10 shooters. You want to have a big enough bankroll to see 10 shooters. If that were the case, you're looking at $100 maximum bet, or maximum at risk per shooter. In which case, if I was going to do $100 per shooter, I would probably look at something along the lines of maybe like one of the elevates or something like that. For instance, you can't do a 6 and 8 elevate because you'd be looking at 120 because you do it for $60 a piece. So you're going to have to look at the 5 and 9. So you look at the 5 and 9, okay? If this hits, you get paid $70. Either one of them hits. Now what do you have? You have $170. What is table minimum? 160 across. You take $10 of profit. The downside to this is that there are only 8 combinations out of the 36 combinations that will produce a 5 or a 9. The 6 and 8, at least it gives you 10 of them. And if you look at the non-7 combinations of the dice, there's 30 non-7 combinations of dice. So if you did the 6 and 8, you would get a third of them to give you the opportunity to go across and then start leading into whichever strategy you want. But if you want to stick to your guns at your $100, being able to see 10 shooters worth of bankroll, they're going to have to stick to a $50 5, $50 9, and then hope one of those hits in order to lead you to your across. Alternatively, you could go with 100 outside. Now, it doesn't matter what the point is. Even if the point is one of the outside numbers, if you don't have a pass line bet, go ahead and do your 100 outside. Why not? What does this hit? Well, you've got 8 plus 6. You've got 14 of the 36 combinations of the dice. Now, obviously, we don't want a 7, so hoping that the rolls continue on, hoping that the roll is a non-7, you have 14 of the 30 possible non-7 combinations. So at this point right here, you have almost half of the non-7 rolls are likely to hit one of your numbers. In which case, then you can take these and slowly go ahead and place your 6 and 8, or you can just press your outsides. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Some people will stick to the outside and just keep going with the outside. Other people will use them to get the rest of the numbers and then go into their press moves as they go. Now, if you're looking, some people will also say that your bankroll just needs to have 8 players worth of bankroll, 8 shooters worth of bankroll. So you can't quite do 160 across every single roll, although it's close enough that you might want to go ahead and give that a shot. You might want to just go ahead and do your 160 across all the way. The other option would be to do an elevate, to do a 6 and 8 elevate on the 6 and 8. Right? You get paid $70. 160 across including, you have $30 worth of profit. It's not terrible. Again, you have 1/3 of the non-7 rolls of the dice right within these two numbers, so it gives you that opportunity to go across. It's a great opening move. Again, opening move. Now, what about if you want to take a little bit more risk? If you want to do a little bit more risk, another option that you can do under this particular setup is do a $300 no 10. $300 no 10. What you're hoping for is, obviously you're hoping for some winner 7s. If you don't get the winner 7, you can take it down. In fact, you might even go so small as to do $150 no 10. It's going to be a $4 vig, so it's $154, right? So if you get a winner 7 on the come out roll, you're winning $75. But if you don't, you can always take your $4 back, take your lay, and say, you know what, just go ahead and give me 160 across and just throw in your extra $6. Or just do the inside. You could just do the inside. If you want to stick to $100 or less, worst case, 110 inside. Best case, 80 inside. Medium case, 85 inside. So you can play the inside, which it gives you, again, quite a few options. 10 plus 4. Again, you have 14 of the 30 non-7 combinations of the dice, all tied up within these 3 numbers. And again, you can do whatever you want. You want to use these to expand out and place the other numbers? Do you want to use these to just mid-press, to power press? Completely up to you. If you want to do the $300 no 10, but you're afraid of a 10 rolling and understand that that is a really big risk, you could also do 150 no 4 no 10. That way, a winner 7 hits, it still pays you the same. But if one of these numbers rolls, you lose half as much. Of course, if you did a no 10, a $300 no 10 and 4 rolls, you'd lose nothing. But then if a 10 rolls, you lose all 300. This way you would cut your potential losses, your maximum loss, in half. So up to you what you would want to do, because even then you could still do the same thing. Let's say a 4 rolls, so you're down behind the 4, you lost 150, and you could say, you know what, take me down. So you're going to only get part of your vig back. You'll get your $4 and now go across. You can do whatever you like with whatever you have on the table, keeping yourself within your budget. You can even do some of the more oddball ones, 110 even numbers, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 110 uptown, 6, 8, 9, 10, 110 downtown, 8, 6, 5, 4, or if you don't want to include the point, 9, 8, 6, 4. Plenty of options there. Plenty of options. Lots of things you can do. If you're really, really bold, if you're not risk averse, on your $1,000 buy-in, you can play as if you're only going to see 3 shooters, and you could do a regression strategy. You could do 320 across, including, and then after 2 hits, regress everything down to 160 across. You'll be invested, what, $20, I think, is what you'll have invested into the shooter at that point. You'll get almost everything back. Just need 2 hits, get paid twice, bring me down to 160 across. Good to go. So, and then you can, again, press, however you choose to do it. It's up to you, however you want to do it. The second part of the question, is one that we get asked relatively often. We shot a few different videos touching on this subject, and they said, what's the best strategy for comps? Well, the thing about comps is table games, you generally earn less comps than you would on slots for because of the speed of play and amount that you have at risk per roll. But here's the thing. A common misconception for most people is that you are rated based on your buy-in. I even saw somebody put that in some let's say Reddit or Quora thread about how they figured out how to game the system by, getting points on their player's card by buying it for 10,000 but only betting with 500 or something. And that's a bunch of BS. They're full of it. That's what's known as a false drop, and every casino in the world knows about those. And you got to understand, what you buy in with has zero bearing on your comps, on what you earn. What you lose has zero bearing on your comps and what you earn. So if you buy in for $10,000 and then slyly pocket 9,000, thinking that magically the floors and dealers aren't going to notice, believe me, we notice, so that you can clear up with a $9,000 loss, you still don't get rated on that $9,000. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters in how you are rated is how much you have in play on average per roll. So if you bought in for $10,000, but all you played was a $25 line bet, and the person next to you bought in for $500, but they played 160 across, including the point, every single roll, they are earning 6 times the points. This person is earning 6 times the points that person is earning. The person with the $500 buy-in is earning 6 times the points on their player's card as the person with the $10,000 buy-in, because they have 6 times as much in action. They have a $160 average bet. $10,000 buy-in player has a $25 average bet. So your comps are going to be based on your average bet. Some places are not going to rate you for your odds, which is why I've seen some players that will always place the point instead of putting odds behind. Even if they have a pass line bet and they were on the 3, 4, 5 table, instead of doing $100 odds, they would do $100 placing the point on the line. They win $10 less, but they're going to get rated for an additional $100 average bet every single roll. So your comps have absolutely nothing to do with anything except your average bet. How much do you have at risk every single play? So I hope this answers the question. And if not, just shoot us an email. I'll be happy to expand upon it more. And otherwise, thank you everybody very much for watching. We appreciate every single one of you guys. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye now. Okay guys, so as I promised at the end of the videos, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the live stream and how it's going to work. So the first thing is, if you're interested in being one of the players for our craps tournaments, which is we're going to have every single week, please email us at sincitylivinglv@gmail.com. I need the email addresses and want to know who is interested so that we can get it set up and we can select it. I'm going to have the first round is going to be 16 players. There'll be 4 players per week. The 5th week is going to be the 4 champions from the previous weeks to get an ultimate champion. Haven't decided yet what the prize will be. Maybe I'll see if I can pick up another one of these lights. But we'll have some sort of prize for our champion. So please, if you're interested, email us. I want to pick the first 8 players, the first 2 weeks worth of players, so that we'll have the first 4 ready for the first week, and the other 4 will be kind of backup, just in case somebody has connection issues or something comes up and they're not able to play that week. Then I've got the other players on standby, so I can just bump one of them up or maybe shift the first person down or something along those lines. The main tournament is going to be Thursdays at 6 o'clock my time, Las Vegas time, 6 p.m. Las Vegas time. And it's the way it's going to work is it's going to be a time thing. I'm going to do the live stream for an hour. I'm going to do the game for an hour, rather. And it might work out to about 30 rolls, might work out to about 40 rolls. I'm not too sure. We'll see how it goes. But it's going to be time. It's going to be an hour. Instead of the craps tournaments that they do down on the strip where it's 30 rolls, we're going to do an hour. So I want to make sure I have a finite time limit for this to start with, and then we will go from there. I'm going to find a way, either a Discord or a Zoom or a private chat room, some way for the players to be logged into something where I can communicate with them on my second computer so that they can tell me what their bets are, what they want to bet, what they want to press when something hits, without me having to scroll through the full chat of the live stream itself. I'm not going to be able to keep an eye on that. And if we have enough people watching and chatting, it could be difficult to keep an eye. So I have to figure that part out. Another reason I need the emails, so I can communicate back and forth with the potential players. So if you're interested, again, please email me. Eventually, just pretty much everybody's going to have an opportunity to be in on these things because we're going to do multiple ones. I'm also looking at probably doing a second craps tournament, maybe late Wednesday nights, possibly, I'm not sure, where I'm going to do it a little bit different. The second one is going to be, instead of 1 hour and then whoever's got the most chips is the winner, because those craps tournaments tend to have really weird strategies. They're not normal strategies that you'd see in normal play, because you're competing against other players and you just want to make sure you have more chips than them by the end. What I'm going to do with the second tournament is, instead of a weekly winner, we're going to play for an hour, and then I'll keep track of how much money people still have on there, or how many chips they still have. And then the next week, same players are going to keep going. Basically, this game will go until the bankrolls end, until we have one person with money left, or chips left. Again, there's no money involved in this. So once we have one final winner, so people will drop out as their play money bankrolls expire, as they run out of chips. So that one, I'm guessing we'll see some more normal strategies, the kind of things people actually play when they're actually playing craps. And then eventually we're going to add baccarat, pai gow, 3-card poker, blackjack, of course, to these tournaments. Whatever we can, to these live streams and live stream tournaments, whatever we can, when we can, as best we can. We're going to have to figure it out as we go. We have a lot of time constraints between me working full-time plus a child. But we're going to do the best we can. We're very, very excited to have this going. And we also will try and pick a day or time where I can do a patron-exclusive tournament, or two. We'll see. We'll see how many of our patrons are interested, and see if we can't get that going as well, where it's only on the patron site. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Please, if you're interested in playing in one of the tournaments or partaking in our live streams, aside from just the chat, obviously it's a live stream, please watch, chat with us, let us know how it's going or what you think, and otherwise, please, again, email us, sincityliving.lv@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Any suggestions, please hit us up. Thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye now.